Let's see. I need to turn my VPN off. No pop-ups. This is terrible. Pause connection. Okay. Cool. That's done, and now Twitch chat. You people. No, I'll take the app, please. Thank you. No, I don't. Help, my own stream is playing. Assist me. Okay, there we go. Cool. Twitch chat is up. Hello, Tech Commander. Good to see you. Hello, Lake. No, I don't want a workout preview. Thank you. What I do want is my schedule for today. I've still got my deadlift weights set up down there, but we're doing upper body work, so I shan't be needing that. Okay, bear with me. I skip the rest of this. Boobity bop, babbity boop. Finish. Cool. And let's go to... Do you mean it's not programmed yet, you silly person? Okay, skip that. Cool. And now we go to Sunday. Cool. Cool, we're doing incline work to start off with. Let me just resize this. And apologies, my chat is reloading, so I may have missed some messages. Please feel free to say hello again if you have said hello already. Thank you, Peabody. Hello, Kirby. Hello, Eric. And others. Let's deload our deadlift bar, because we certainly won't be bench pressing that kind of weight. And even more certainly not on the incline bench press. By the way, people do want to see, I've updated the Workout Waves homepage with a few of the before and after pictures that people have sent me. There's one from Mindswerve and that one from Caleb. They're looking really good, especially Caleb. It's got an insane physique. So yeah, that was really cool to see. Oh, people sort of using my journey for inspiration for their own. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So, chat. It's incline bench time. I forget what my numbers are for incline bench. Well, I'll have to see how I'm feeling. Our volume is low at the moment, as we know. Yeah, there we go. I did it, champ. Huzzah. World of Tanks. I might do a World of Tanks stream tonight, actually, thinking about it. Kirby and I did some testing the other day. I'm able to stream on my end whenever we do some wilds. Oh, cool. Cool. Hey. By the way, if anyone's got a spare moment, I would appreciate, I've added to the Workout Ways homepage, I have added some quizzes or some helpful interactive things. So if people can test those or just go on there and give them a try, see if they work, that would be very helpful. I'm pretty sure they're all good, but it's always nice to have a new pair of eyes, I guess. Yeah. This workout is gonna be sexy. Always guard your head when sitting up for a bench. Righty-ho! Boop-de-dee-bop. Ba-de-dee-boo. And yeah, any tips or comments, constructive feedback on the website would be greatly appreciated. There's a molecule. So a molecule is a group of two or more atoms combined together. Forms the smallest unit of identifiable matter into which a pure substance can be divided and still maintain the chemical composition and characteristics of that substance. Well, there's a molecule in detail. Hey, that's what I just said. Nice. Okay, so looks like we're doing 65 on the incline bench. Should be fun. Remember, we're on our cutting phase at the moment, so we're holding steady on our weight, not trying to go up and trying to avoid going down. We're already down 7 pounds in our first month on the cutting phase, which is good progress. We can expect some of that to be water weight as my carbohydrate intake is a little lower, though it's still around 40%, so certainly not a insignificant number. Cool, I'm not centered, I don't think. Let's connect that. There we go. Cool. Turns out hardware acceleration was not a good idea for OBS. Really? What is the structure of lymphoid connective tissue? So lymphoid connective tissue is semi-solid and permeable. So loose connective tissue has lots of cells. It's found in walls of the small intestine, glands of the large intestine, thymus, spleen, tonsils, lymph nodes. Nice. You doing anything later, Steve? I might do one of the tanks. Someone was asking about tanks earlier. Might well do that. Right, this is our working set, yeah? Right. Okay. I'm still not feeling 100%. I'm still a little ill, still got a bit of phlegm and a bit of a cough, which is unfortunate. Come on, give me a good song. That'll do. Right. If I can get 12 with this, I will be very, very happy. Whether I can get 12, God, you guys barely have a view. I apologise. There you are. Okay, wish me luck, chap. That's not bad. Taking TKS 20 out for a fun bib match. Nice! Make sure you don't get hugged. That tends to end badly. Okay, so what we're going to do, our objective at the moment is to keep our volume low, keep our intensity low. We are, well, not the intensity low particularly, but we are ill, for one thing, and we're also on a cutting phase, so we're not growing meaningful amounts of muscle really at this point. We can build our cardiovascular fitness, which I'm doing extensively with cardio work, but we're going to go from 65 to, what are we going to go, 70? I don't know if I've ever put 70 on the incline, that would be fun. Let's see what we can do with 70 kilos on the incline. It may seem odd to start a working set with 5 kilos less than your second working set, and it is unconventional for sure, but the logic being, I don't particularly want to do another set of 12 or 10, 12, probably 9 or 10, because as I say, I'm ill. We want to keep the volume low. We want to tax the cardiovascular system less, and so going from a heavier weight results in a more anabolic effort, and resultantly less demand on the cardiovascular system, or at least the anaerobic component, or the aerobic component, which is quite under the weather for me right now, plus slightly more time efficient. If you do tanks later, you're going to discuss what plus pro. I'll probably look into it, Kirby, sure. What is the structure of yellow elastic connective tissue? Yellow elastic connective tissue. It's very elastic, very few cells. Yellow elastic connective tissue, not cartilage. It's found in the lungs, the trachea, costal cartilage of the larynx and the bronchus. Nice. What occurs during the metaphase of mitosis? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Prophase, metaphase. Nuclear membrane disappears. Pair of chromosomes arrange themselves at the center of the cell, attached by spindle threads by their centromere. Toward the end of phase, chromatin in the cell's nucleus shortens and thickens. No, that's prophase. That's prophase. Happens at the end of the metaphase. I can't remember. Okay, nuclear membrane disappears, chromosomes arrange themselves. The center of the cell attached by spindle by its centromere. End of phase, each individual chromosome can be seen in two chromatids starting to pull apart. Cool. Okay, so this might be the first or second time ever that I put 70 kilos on the incline bench. So, let's see how we go. Let's inspect the form, inspect the weight, and inspect the lift. Okay. Nice. Up to 70, and I think I got like 7 or 8. I note down 7. Whew. Aren't you forgetting to inspect the grit? No! I always inspect the grit. As should you. Right. So now, Should we move on to, got face pulls and shrugs. Let's see, what should we do? I'll tell you what we should do. We should not wait half an hour to decide. Let's pick one. Let's do face pulls, shall we? I'm voluntarily playing the lead right now. But why? So, we are currently setting up for face pulls, Cador face pulls. Now, primary focus of Cador face pulls is your rotator cuff muscles. And the rotator cuff is a term that gets thrown about quite a lot when talking about shoulder injuries. It's a very common area to injure. One of the reasons for that is the lack of focused training put towards development of the musculature and the synovial capsule, or the joint capsule, of the synovial glenohumeral joint. So the musculature that's focused here is going to be primarily supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor. Those are the posteriorly mounted rotator cuff muscles. And the anterior, the only one that's anterior, is the subscapularis, which is actually the biggest rotator cuff muscle, I believe. But the reason that they are called rotator cuff muscles is because if you imagine that this tip here is the humerus bone, right? So this is my arm here. The connection point is obviously shoved into the glenoid fossa, which is a landmark of the scapula. It forms the glenoid portion of the glenohumeral joint. But the rotator cuff muscles are turned that way because they cuff the top of the humerus, right? They insert onto, I'm not sure all of them insert onto the greater tuberosity. I think the lesser tuberosity also has some insertion as well, but they cuff the head of the humerus and help to anchor it into this glenoid fossa, and as a result, grant stability to the joint. So that is the musculature that we're primarily working on strengthening when we do movements like face pulls. And given how often our training modality is focused on pushing motions, like push-ups, overhead presses, getting those high pulls, that external rotation, in a controlled, safe training manner, is very, very helpful, not only for strength development, but also injury prevention. So, I just had the team win a match by capping. Panther 88 is a personal gem offer. I like the Panther 88. I'm gonna just come out and say it. Like, I don't know why particularly. I think it got an alpha damage buff, didn't it? I mean, I'd never take a Panther 88 over a Mertz. Or one of the 4 Mertzes that you can get. Is it 4? Chat, someone help me out. Are there 4 Mertzes in the game? See, Panzer 58, Panzer 58 Mertz, Panzer 58 Black. There's one more, isn't there? Like a skin variant. I think. Does it not still have preferential matchmake? I don't think so, though I could be wrong. As far as I know, the Panther M10 has pref, but the Panther 88 does not. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. What structures are found in the cell nucleus? Chromosomes, chromatin, genetic material, nucleoplasm, nucleolus. What occurs during the metaphase of mitosis? Nuclear membrane disappears, paired chromosomes arrange themselves at the center of the cell, attached by spindle by its centromere. Towards the end of phase, chromatids in the cell's nucleus can be seen. Chromosomes in the cell's nucleus can be seen as 2 chromatids beginning to pull apart. Yeah! Huzzah! What is frequency? Occurrences of a repeating action per unit of time. Nuclear membrane disappears, chromosomes arrange themselves at the center of the cell. This is the metaphase. Nice. What are the SI-based units? For time, you have seconds. Weight, you have kilos. Luminous intensity, you have candela. Temperature, you have Kelvin. Amount of substance, you have moles. Electrical energy, you have amperes. Amount of substance, what are the other base units? Amount of substance, moles. I don't think there's any more. That is it. Yeah! Coiled strands of DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid prior to cell division become tightly coiled, forming chromosomes. Chromatin. What is a kinetochore? A kinetochore is a protein machine built atop the centromere being the thickened part of a chromosome where the chromatids join together. The kinetochore is a protein machine built on top of that structure to which spindle fibers attach during cell division. I'm the best. I got the Panther 88 for fun some time ago. How do you like it, like? What occurs during the metaphase of mitosis? Nuclear membrane disappears, chromosomes arrange themselves at the center of the cell, attached by spindle by its centromere. Toward the end of phase, chromosomes in the cell's nucleus can be seen as 2 chromatids beginning to pull apart. Beautiful. Okay. I like it because of the higher alpha, it makes it better at trending shots. Fair. Then again, the Mertz is 300 now. Is the base pen still 203? And now to take my barn out for a walk. Do be careful, don't let it run into the road. Ooh, Barbarish Rogues was 70 kilos. I like it. Whew. Let's do some dips, shall we? That can suffice for tricep work as well. What we can do, seeing as isolation work for slightly less compound movements is largely unimportant during our current training work, what we can do is, was originally only going to do one set of dips, we can up that to 2, and then we won't have to bother jumping about to our different tricep exercises that we've got. I probably should anyway, but it started a bit late, so we'll incorporate it into dip work. Pen is still 203 and 237 respectively. Yeah, and for a non-pref tank, that's not that great. I mean, the Mertz isn't fantastic, but it's better than that. Plus, the Mertz has good HE shells. Ooh. Hey, chat. Anyone in chat a fan of dips? I like dips. They're good. Right. I think the Panther Jet has preferential matchmaking, not sure. I wasn't sure about it either. There's something in my head that says it doesn't. But I could very easily be convinced that I was wrong about that. Right. So I think we're working on dips with 15 kilos currently. Well, it might be fun to go a little heavier. Then again, conversely, we are aware that our shoulders are not the best. Oh. I'll tell you what, you do get some nasty pinches in the weight room sometimes. Oh, here's a fun question for you, chap. What is the worst thing that you've ever had your finger caught in? Everyone's got a story of getting their finger stuck in something. Door frame, car door, putting up the dishwasher, something like that. Some of them, they hurt. Door, yeah, I sympathise. I've done the door. Not pleasant. Your ass? You got your finger stuck in your ass, did you? Huh. I figured it would be up my ass. Because, that's where you keep your nose the whole time. a forklifter's extendo forks. I was in elementary, oh god. You know, it's interesting, there's always one day that is objectively the worst day of your life. And that happens, generally the worst day of your life happens when you're young. Because you haven't had that many days yet, so it's not that hard. Yeah. I can't find a definitive source. Some say yes and some say no. I see. If there's a replay site that you're familiar with, filter by Panther 88 games and see if you find tier 10. Fixing a washing machine with the power still connected, finger found power. You almost died to a washing machine? I respect that. Wow, my sympathies, Jeffo. What is impetigo? So, impetigo is a skin condition characterized by red patches with silvery scales that weep and leave a thick yellow crust. Highly contagious. What happens in the stratum granulosum? A party! Stratum granulosum. Is that this? Yeah, keratinocytes become compressed and start to produce keratin. Yeah. Video I posted on Discord Live, thoughts on that. I instantly thought what you said many times. Yeah, look, human reaction time is really not that great. Relative to, the human body is fascinating, right? Because you have two main systems that sort of enact reactions. And the nervous system is very, very fast, right? So it sends electrochemical or electronic, if you like, signals upon your through nerve cells, and they travel down the spinal cord out to the area. If they're efferent nerves, and if they're afferent nerves, they take impulses back to the spinal cord and up to the brain. The other system is your hormonal system, or essentially your endocrine system. And the main interface between these two is your hypothalamus. Right? Your hypothalamus takes electrochemical signals and creates hormonal responses to those signals. It's essentially a very basic overview of how the response system of the human body works. Point being that even the faster system, when I say it's very fast, I mean that relative to the hormonal system. Signals travel along our nerves at about 290 kilometers per second. Right? Or is it per hour? Can someone check me on that? Is it 290 kilometers per second or per hour? It's got to be per hour, right? Per second sounds wild to me. It's got to be per hour. Though I am curious. Point being, we do not react fast enough to save someone from something. Check this out, alright? Let's imagine, let me just unbuckle myself so I can demo this. Imagine that some poor gentleman is lifting this. This is 70 kilos of weight. Right, now, fun science fact for you. Doesn't matter what weight something is, it's going to fall the exact same way. Because the more mass something has, the more force it has going down or going towards the center of gravity. It weighs more, right? If it's more mass, gravity has more mass to affect, therefore it creates a greater force going down. Yada yada, everything is balanced, everything falls at the exact same rate, 9.8 meters per second squared or whatever the hell it is. Point being, if I am spotting someone, I lift the weight off, they're going here. I see so many people doing this. Just sitting there, twiddling with their nipples, and they're having a really good time just watching the guy go up and down and up and down. Why are you there? You're not a spectator. The reason that you are there is to stop the bar from killing the person lifting it. In the event that this bar slips out of someone's hand, if you as a spotter are sitting here with your hands not under the bar, you are not going to react in time to catch that bar. It is physically impossible. Your nerves cannot transmit signals that quickly. The bar will cave in your lifter's chest before your hands even start moving. That's just how physics works. So if you are spotting someone, your hands are under the bar. You are preempting. You don't touch the bar, right? Otherwise the lift doesn't count. We all know that, right? But you go with the bar. Your hands are under the bar at all times because you are not quick enough. You are not the Flash. You are not quick enough to reach your hands under the bar and interpose it as it falls. That's not how science works. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Check out workoutways.co.uk to learn more stuff. Yeah. Hello, Iron Eagle. You can train reaction time somewhat. I'm sure you can, but to the extent that it will make a difference in that context, no. Some people are a little faster than others. Some people are a lot faster than others. But you're not faster than a falling 70 kilo barbell. No, the Pate doesn't have matchmaking. Nice. Okay, my chat. Now that I've rambled, let us do this lift. Ugh. God dang it. Ow. Why have I done this? There we are, that's better. So, here's the question. Where's the lean here? And do we full lock out? So if we full lock out our elbows, generally that's consistent with a modality that focuses training on the lower pec, right? If we leave our elbows short of lockout, so instead of going to here, we go to here, we keep more pressure on our tricep, because when we full lockout, we actually have the structure, the ulna, the humerus, and the radius, essentially like a stick, like a walking stick that we're leaning on. Right? So we get a little bit of pressure off of the triceps, but when we're full extending, we get to push all the way through and really work that lower pec. So what we're going to do, we've got 2 sets of this. For the first set, we're going to lean forward a little more, putting more pressure on the lower pec. We're going to extend and lock out our elbows fully, meaning we get that full extension, push down, which we're really looking for to work the lower chest. Second set, we're going to be more upright, and we're going to not fully lock out the triceps. And what that's going to do is convert it into more of a tricep-focused exercise than it was when we were fully locking out and pushing all the way through. So, number 1, this set is going to be focused on, the hell did I say earlier? Yes, lower chest. And the second one that we do, be focused on triceps. Obviously, both modalities train both of these musculatures, but we can overlap and emphasize a bit more. So, chest. Yay. Violated the Mantian at Rule 15. Nice! That sounds fun. Oh. Yay. So, next up, we're going to change our dips from a chest focused to a tricep focused variation. As I say, best way to do that is to not fully look out the elbow. We want to keep pressure on the triceps out, so we're only going to go to about here, right, as opposed to here. And we're not going to bother going all the way through the range of motion. So we're not going to push down with our chest too much. And we're going to keep a more vertical position to keep that weight above the triceps, or essentially above the forearm. Ay. Deleting a light tank with barn is 100% worth it every time. I agree. What is the structure of the dermis? So the dermis is known as the true skin. It's connected to the blood, lymph and nerve supply. It's divided into two layers, the papillary dermis and the articular dermis. Contains a lot of structures such as the base of the canal of hair follicles, the papillae, apicline, eccrine sweat glands, sebum or sebaceous glands, blood vessels, nerve vessels, lymphatic vessels. It's made of annular connective tissue with yellow elastic and white fibrous tissue. Elastin is white collagen fibers, yeah. This collagen provides skin its waterproofing. The elastin keeps it supple and stretchy. Nice. Histiocytes produce histamine. What is acne vulgaris? Acne vulgaris is a skin condition. It's discoloration, moles, pimples caused by hormonal imbalance. An increase in sebum production leads to blocked glands, and those glands becoming infected. resulting in sebum buildup in blind ducts with no surface opening, resulting in the characteristic pimples and blotches that you see in acne. When the condition resolves, it's quite prone to pitting and scarring, and the skin can have a quite shallow and shiny appearance marked by pustules, condoms, and whiteheads. Nice. What is psoriasis? Psoriasis. Inflammatory skin disease. Red patches covered with silvery scales that constantly shed. What is urticaria? Hives, nettle rash, often an allergic reaction. What body temperature is found in healthy humans? 36.8. What are the characteristics of the stratum granulosum? Distinct nucleus, but cell membranes are dying. Contain granules that are visible in healing tissue. That's it. Distinct nucleus, cell membranes are dying. Skin is affected by 7 different types of disease. These are bacterial, fungal, congenital, cancers, pigmentation disorders. 2 more. I get fungal. I think I've got fungal. Inflammation diseases. Generic disorders. I guess you could categorize disorders affecting vasoconstriction and vasodilation. Perhaps anhidrosis or plasmidrosis. Congenital, bacterial, viral, fungal, pigmentation disorders, skin cancers, general conditions. Alrighty, cool. Right, so tricep focused dips. Observe the difference between this and the last set. We're going to be more vertical. We're not looking at our triceps. And we won't go as high as we did before. Nice. Whew. Okay. Now, I believe we're moving on to... what are we moving on to? Shrugs! Yeah! I love me some shrugs. Any of you guys got a favourite song at the moment? Something that's stuck in your head? Ugh. Something L. One particular harbour, Jimmy Buffett. Ah, interesting. The hell has happened here? Oh, I see what I've done. That's better. Yes, that is better. And then move it up. Okay. Alright, I am just going to go and use the toilet. I will be back. Oh, I need some more water as well. Thanks for the link. Appreciate you. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, Shrugs. That's what I was doing. We need to be on 4 for Shrugs. Damn it, I wash my hands, now my grip is bad. Okay, so we are warming up for Shrugs, and we're warming up with 50 kilos. Shrugs are bloody exercise. Right. What are we doing after this? Oh, 3 more exercises. I'll probably just do dumbbell rows, to be honest. Sounds good to me. What are the 6 types of synovial joints? Ball and socket, plane, ellipsoid, hinge, pivot. See, plane, ball and socket, ellipsoid, pivot, saddle, hinge. Nice. What are irregular bones? Just bones that don't fit into any of the other categories. What is whiplash? Injury to the cervical region caused by sudden acceleration or deceleration. What is ankylosing spondylitis? It's a type of arthritis with acute and chronic phases that results in fusion of the joints of the vertebrae, resulting in immobility and pain. How often does your skeleton regenerate? About every 7 to 10 years. What are the functions of short bones? They're grouped together where very little movement is needed. What is synovitis? Inflammation of the synovial membrane within a synovial joint. What percentage of bone mass do astronauts lose in space per month? 1 to 2%. What are the characteristics of a complicated fracture? So this is a fracture where bone fragments or a portion of the bone has interfered with, perforated or damaged nearby structures. What is found in the central canal of an osteon? Blood vessels and vasculature that nourish the bone. What are the characteristics of a convoluted fracture? Convoluted. Broken into pieces or fractured or splintered portions of bone. How does exercise affect bones? So exercise increases osteoblastic processes, resulting in toughening of bone due to additional layers, as well as increasing the density of bone and decreasing osteoclastic reabsorption, resulting in a lower amount of phosphorus, potassium, calcium present in the blood. Yeah. What does the vertebral column do? Provides structure and support for the rest of the systems above it, hence why the lumbar vertebrae are significantly thicker than vertebrae higher up the spinal column due to them having to carry more weight. What are the components of the axial skeleton? Anything in line with the midline of the body. What are osteons? Osteons are cylindrical weight-bearing structures that run parallel to the bone's axis. Give an example of a synarthrotic joint. Synarthrotic, diarthrotic, amphiarthrotic. The pubic symphysis. Joints between bones of the cranium. God dang it. What are the characteristics of a compound open fracture? So, bone has pierced the skin or is visible to the outside or has left an open wound. One of the main characteristics of a simple or closed fracture, bone is broken but has not interfered with structures surrounding it nor pierced the skin. Why is the effect of microgravity on the body a key concern for long-term space missions? Because the reabsorption of bone through the uptick in osteoclastic processes results in long-lasting damage when reintroduced to a gravitational environment in absence of that microgravity. For long-term space missions, it could be entirely possible that returning to a gravitational environment or a Earth-like environment could cause serious damage to astronauts were they to be exposed to microgravity stimulus or lack thereof for extended periods. Give an example of a synarthrotic joint. Joints between the bones of the cranium. What is the process of bone remodeling? So osteoblasts are bone construction cells, essentially. They lay down material in order to construct bones. Osteoclasts are a group of cells which reabsorb bone tissue. So they break down portions of bone and release its constituent parts like potassium, calcium, phosphorus back into the bloodstream. What is the primary function of joints in the body? Facilitate movement. What are the three structural classifications of joints? The three structural classifications of joints. You have synovial joints, you have fibrous joints, you have cartilaginous joints. We also have synarthrotic, diarthrotic, amphiarthrotic. Why do astronauts need to exercise for at least 15 hours a week in space? Due to the increased osteoclastic processes prompted by a lack of gravitational influence. What is carpal tunnel syndrome? Compression of the passage of the median nerve into the hand via the overlying flexor retinaculum. Compound fracture. How many bones are in the body? 360? 206. Where did I get 360 from? A Green stick fracture is common in children. Bones broken in several places, splintered or crushed, comminuted. What is a slipped disc? Displacement of a disc, generally in the vertebral column, occasionally resulting in shooting pains, paresthesia, as it compresses or interferes with the passage of nerves, such as in the case of sciatica. What is one reason the body loses bone mass in microgravity? Increasing osteoclastic processes. Describe compact bone tissue. So compact bone tissue appears solid but is honeycombed under a microscope, contains minute passages called Havasian canals which allow passage of blood vessels and vasculature that nourish the bone. Compact bone is found on the surfaces of, at the end of most bones, and on the shaft of long bones. Hexagonal structures, indeed, fine fellow. What are different individual muscles in the body, excluding the heart? I mean, we'd be here for a while, Iron Eagle. There's a huge amount of musculature in the body, and the heart, it kind of is a muscle, but it's also an organ. Whereas, I guess technically, muscles are organs. Because as far as I know, an organ is simply defined as a group of tissues that are organized together in order to produce a function, which technically muscle is. Then again, skeletal muscle is generally considered one tissue, so it's not a group of tissues so much as a singular tissue. So I guess technically, skin is an organ. It is indeed in integumentary system. But yeah, the heart is a muscle and also an organ. Looks solid but it's honeycomb under microscope. What are different individual muscles in the body? Jeez. There are a lot of muscles. Could I name every muscle in the body? No. You've got the iliopsoas, you've got the gluteus maximus, minimus, intermedius, got the flexor carpi ulnaris, flexor carpi radialis, quadratus, pronator quadratus, pronator teres, extensor carpi radialis, extensor carpi ulnaris, flexor carpi superficialis, flexor carpi profundus, flexor digitorum profundus, triceps branchiae, branchialis, coraco branchialis, biceps branchiae, biceps femoris, quadriceps femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, soleus, gastrocnemius, intercostal muscles, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, subscapularis, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres major, teres minor, deltoid, sternocleidomastoid, I've named like 15% at most. We'll be here a fucking while. Stapedius! There you go, my favourite muscle in the body. Okay, anyway, let's do our slouch, shall we? And I'll probably call it. I forgot to put the additional weight on. Silly me. Oh, yeah. Hey chap, what's your favourite muscle in the body? Oh, triceps and biceps, fair enough. One of the 8 muscles in the tongue. Dude, the tongue's amazing. It's feckin' sexy. Okay. So, I'm actually going to call it there, chat. I believe, let me check. Plus side, if you join the Workout Ways PT Hub, you can go to my calendar and you can see whenever my workouts are going to be. You can also see my availability for personal training if you're interested in that as well. Let me see. Tomorrow I don't have anything. We've got an ab workout on the 6th of March. So yeah, until then, well, I will be streaming in between then and now, but that'll be the next workout stream for sure. I'm sorry, Iron Eagle, can you copy paste that message again? It didn't come up in my actually legible text chat over here. Comes up on the phone, but it's completely black, so I can't see it. I can only handle the goit for one coach, which is in tongues. I think that's fair enough, sir. Okay, I will say farewell then. Wait, what is that message? If I put it on my forehead, I can get. How much is your personal training? So for an hour of private coaching, it's £35, and I do it via credits. So you make an account, you add credits, and then you can book into a session at any time with those credits. And it's 35 credits per session, and each credit is £1. So you can buy an individual session, or you can buy 4, and obviously don't have to book them now. You can leave them on the account, or book in when it's convenient. When we do wilds, we should use the barbecue spit while Todders and Alfred get yeeted about. That is a highly amusing concept, especially as the first time Todders went in to fight Omega Plantaris, he just got immediately annihilated by a giant fist. Like, he just bent over and the thing fisted him. It was hilarious. But, either way, appreciate the interest, Iron Eagle. I'll link Workout Ways in the channel. Give me a second. So yeah, if anyone's interested, please do check out Workout Ways. I'm still working on remodeling it, putting a lot of work into it at the moment. And yeah, use the guides there to get yourself onto the PT Hub. You can send me a message for free, talk through, ask any questions, yada yada. I can respond very, very quickly, so thank you for worrying about that. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.